Okay, the last thing I want to cover, just go over the steps for graphing a quadratic that's in our standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. Once again, we want it in this standard form. We are going to learn another form when we get back from break. Okay, the very first step here, before we get into examples, okay, you're going to plot the vertex by finding the x-coordinate, and then you're going to solve for the y. The x-coordinate is always negative b over 2 times a. Now, this might be difficult to remember, but if you look at your quadratic formula, this is everything that's in the quadratic formula. If you take out the plus or minus in the square root, you have the negative b left in the numerator, the 2a in the denominator. So even though this is never given to you, if you know where to look on the quadratic formula, it's more or less given to you. Okay, you're going to draw on your axis of symmetry. We're going to plot 2 points on one side of the axis and use symmetry to plot 2 more points. That's the way I used to teach it, and if you look at any other videos on YouTube, they're going to have you do this step, which takes forever. There is a shortcut, and we're going to go right to the shortcut today. See, there's a pattern for finding the points 2 through 5. The vertical change is always your a value times the next consecutive odd integer. The horizontal change is always 1. So you're going to be going up a different amount each time, but you're always going to be going over 1. Okay, so now you're going to have 5 points on your graph. Once again, this will make a lot more sense when we're doing an example. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to draw in your parabola through the 5 points. And then we're going to state the domain and range. The domain and range I know was a while ago, but it's exactly the same as when we learned absolute value. The domain is always going to be all real numbers. You can plug any number in for x in any of these equations. The range, there's always going to be a restriction. If the parabola opens up, it's going to be y is greater than or equal to the y-coordinate of the vertex. If the graph opens down, it's going to be y is less than or equal to the y-coordinate of the vertex. It's exactly the same as absolute value. Okay, next I'll move on to some examples.